Ever notice how some script just kind of, I don't know, pop? You see them, and there's something special, even if you can't read them yet.
Yeah.
Today we're diving into one of those Devanagari.
Ah, nice.
Seen it? Restaurant signs, maybe. Yoga studio.
Right.
It's that beautiful script for Hindi, Marathi, and get this, over 120 languages.
It's true. Fourth most used on the planet, actually, serving over 1 billion people.
1 billion.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay, so popular, check. But where'd this elegant thing come from? And what makes it tick?
Well, the name itself is a clue. Devanagari means urban of the city. Points right back to its roots, these North Indian urban centers bustling.
So picture ancient cities, trade, ideas flowing, and this script's right there in the mix.
Precisely.
Makes sense.
And like any good city, history runs deep. Devanagari, it's descended from the Brahmi script, which, get this, goes back to the 3rd century BCE.
3rd century BCE, that's, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But it can't have stayed exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
Over all that time.
You're right. Imagine a phone from then. Updates are needed. Devanagari's look, it's transformed over the centuries. Like handwriting, yeah, essence is there, but styles change.
We've got a visual for this, actually. There's a chart, compares letters from Brahmi, then Gupta script a few centuries later, then bam, modern Devanagari. Seeing those shifts side by side
Oh, yeah.
really makes it real how writing adapts.
It's not just looks, though. Think technology shifts, right? Printing, even the pen, huge impact.
True. We never think, oh, this pen changed writing, but it did. But through all that, Devanagari's been this thread, right? Holding knowledge across generations, sacred Sanskrit texts, epics, poems, all entrusted to it.
Precisely. It speaks to, I don't know, that ability to endure, evolve, like human ingenuity reflected in the script itself.
Makes you think, right? Like the power of a writing system. It's more than just marks on a page. It's a whole legacy.
Absolutely.
But, okay, let's get kind of, I don't know, under the hood a bit. We said Devanagari's in Abugida. What's that even mean?
Oh, it's cool. So, alphabets, you've got vowels, consonants, all equal, right?
Yeah.
Abugida, consonants are king. Each one, built-in vowel sound, usually A, unless you see something else.
So, like, instead of kakiku, separate, there's a base consonant, but it, like, morphs.
Nailed it. Think Legos, but for language.
Yeah.
Base consonants, your brick, then you snap on these vowel modifications.
Efficient.
Very. And visually, it's what gives Devanagari that density, that look.
Each character's like a puzzle piece,
Yeah.
but with hidden potential.
I like that. And there's more. Forget uppercase, lowercase. Devanagari's like, nah, not doing that.
No upper or lower. Okay, you're full of surprises, Devanagari.
The whole script, it's got this phonetic order to it based on where in your mouth a sound gets made. They call it Varhamala, which is gorgeous, means garland of letters.
Garland of letters, poetic, like sounds strung together, literally.
Right. And it makes sense. Picture a map of your mouth, yeah. Back of your throat to your lips. Devanagari arranges its consonants along that. So you start way back, A, G, those velar sounds, slant further forward. C, J, palatal, all the way to your lips. PB, labial sounds.
There's a logic then. It's not like random squiggles. It's based on the sound's origin point.
Exactly. And this principle, it pops up elsewhere. Korean Hangul, bit different, but also phonetic, shows you across the world.
Yeah.
People are trying to solve this. How do we see sound? And it's elegant. The solutions.
Elegant is the word. But, okay, back to Abugidas for a sec.
Yeah.
How does that inherent vowel thing, is it better, worse than our alphabet? Pros, cons?
Great question. So pro efficiency. Vowels often implied means you fit more info in less space. Linguistic shorthand.
Love me some shorthand.
Right. Downside, though, harder to learn. You got to internalize that base vowel, the changes. Alphabet's simpler visually at first.
It's efficient for those in the know. But tricky for newbies.
You got it.
It really makes you appreciate, like, we take writing for granted, but it's this whole system. Symbols, sounds.
Yeah.
Centuries in the making.
Right. Sophisticated stuff.
And speaking of which, Devanagari, it doesn't just do Sanskrit, right? It's got a whole resume of languages. So Devanagari, it's efficient, right? Got those inherent vowels, the streamlined look. But it's not a one-trick pony, is it? It's not just Sanskrit.
Nope, not at all. Sanskrit's the root, sure, but it goes way beyond. We're talking Hindi, Marathi, Nepali, 120 languages, easy, across India, Southeast Asia. That's reach.
120, okay, that's impressive. But how's it even work? That many languages, they got to have sounds that, I don't know, Sanskrit doesn't have yi, right?
And that's where it gets slick. Devanagari, it adapts. Like you get these borrowed sounds, Q, K, Z. Those aren't Sanskrit.
Right.
So they use diacritics. Little extra marks.
Diacritics, like those tiny bits added on into letters.
Bingo. Phonetic hacks, basically. tweak the consonant, new sound. In Devanagari, they're called nuta.
So the script's like alive, adding new tools as it goes.
I like that. And it makes you think, right, about shared writing systems. Culturally, what's that DO? Unity? Or does it mess with each language's identity?
That is interesting. Because on one hand, shared script, that's got to help people connect, right? Like a visual common ground. But then you're kind of pushing down the smaller languages, maybe.
Exactly. It's a trade-off. You're squeezing one system onto another, bound to be compromises. Maybe how you say a word changes, or even just how unique it feels gets lost. Makes you wonder about Devanagari historically. Did it stay put in India? Or did it wander?
120 languages later, I'm guessing it got around.
You're right. So, fun fact, Tibetan script owes a lot to Devanagari. 7th century, King Songtsen Gampo, he wants writing for his people, standardized, sends this scholar, Thonmi Samboda, on a mission. Find the best script out there.
Okay, I'm invested. Where'd he go?
All the way to Kashmir, and what's he find? Devanagari.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Thonmi Samboda, he's inspired. Adapts it, tweaks it for Tibetan sounds, and boom, Tibetan alphabet's born.
Devanagari's influence, it's all the way up in the Himalayas.
Tell me about it. And it goes for Southeast Asia, too.
Like where? What else?
Java, Indonesia, they had this Kawi script. 8th to 14th century. Look at it. Dead ringer for Devanagari in places. Shows you. Cultural exchange, right? Scripts are like silent ambassadors. Ideas, beliefs, they travel with the letters. And it wasn't random. Trade routes, religious folks, that's how it spread.
It's kind of mind-blowing, right? Like this script, cross continents, shaped how whole other cultures write.
It really is. And that's Devanagari's legacy, you know, not just marks on a page, but this whole story. People inventing, cultures mixing, and just, I don't know, that human need to make language real. You can touch it almost.
So we covered a lot. If our listener walks away remembering one thing about Devanagari,
it's got to be that staying power. 1,500 years, give or take, over 1 billion people using it. The script adapts. It endures.
It's the design, man. Those shapes, the sounds, how it's also logical. It's art and science right there.
Beautifully said. And I think it reminds us, writing, it's not just useful, it's creative. It reflects our values, how we see the world. It's powerful stuff.
So yeah, next time you see Devanagari, menu, book, whatever, take a second look. Who knows what you'll find hiding in those letters? Keep those brains curious, folks, and until next time, happy exploring.